Okie dokie. Lay down on the mat, as usual. Knees bent if you have any tension on the lumbar spine, otherwise legs straight and rolled outward. Roll your arms outward, palm of the hand facing the sky. Keep the shoulder blades as much as you can flat onto the ground. And slide the shoulder blades toward the waist. Pull the back of your head away from the shoulders to lengthen your spine. Close your eyes. Inhale deeply and exhale fully with your mouth. Release all tensions. One more time. Relax your forehead, eyebrows, and the skin between the eyebrows. Relax your eyes and let them sink deeper into the skull. Relax the skin of your face, unclench your jaw, and let your lips open slightly. Relax your throat, your neck and shoulders, arms, forearms and hands. Relax your back, the muscles of your back and your spine, vertebra to vertebra. Relax your belly and the whole abdominal area. Relax your hips, your groins. Relax your legs, knees, ankles and feet. Bring your attention into your breathing cycle and start observing every aspect of your breath. Which part of your body moves the most, chest or belly? If both moves, which one moves first? Observe, become a witness. Observe the length of your breathing cycle. Inhalation and exhalation have the same length, or one of them is naturally longer. Observe the small pauses between inhalation and exhalation, and between exhalation and inhalation. The small moments where everything stops, even your breath. Become aware of the 4 phases of your breathing cycle: inhalation, pause, exhalation, pause, and even there, observe. Is one of the 2 pauses longer? Observe also that your throat remains relaxed and open, even during the pauses. Three more observing breaths. At the end of the 3rd, take control and create long, slow, and steady breath. Keep your breath easy, but deeper than usual. Long, slow, and steady. Allow your body to expand with every inhalation and let it contract gently with every exhalation. Long, slow, steady breath. Keep your breath easy. And feel your lungs becoming wider, fuller with every inhalation. Observe your navel moving down toward the spine with every exhalation. Keep a long, slow, and steady breath. Slowly, start lengthening the exhalation. Create a breathing cycle where the exhalation is longer than the inhalation, up to the double of the inhalation. Inhale fully and exhale really slowly. Imagine that with every inhalation, you recharge your body. Visualize with every exhalation all the tension from your body going out and leaving you completely relaxed. Keep the exhalation longer than the inhalation, up to the double. Keep an easy, long, and steady breath. Observe your body expand with every inhalation and gently contract with every exhalation. Long, slow, and steady breath. From your next breath, inhale deeply. And at the end of the inhalation, hold your breath just for a few seconds. Keep the exhalation longer than the inhalation. Inhale deeply. At the end of the inhalation, hold your breath. Exhale with a long, slow exhalation. And again, inhale deeply. At the end of the inhalation, hold your breath and observe your body, your feelings, emotions. Exhale with a long and slow breath. And keep the same technique. Inhale deeply. At the end of the inhalation, hold your breath and observe. Become a witness. Exhale with a long and slow breath. And one more time. Inhale deeply. At the end of the inhalation, hold your breath and observe. Observe every tension, emotion, feelings. Exhale with a long and slow exhalation. And go back to a normal breath. Stay there. Observe your breath becoming lighter and lighter, more and more silent. Observe your body completely relaxed. Observe your mind light and free. Observe your feelings, your emotions. When you feel ready, bend your knees and roll on your right side. Stay on your right side for a brief moment before pushing with the left hand to sit up. And sit on your heels. Hands over your thighs, belly in. Tuck the tailbone under. And keeping navel toward the spine, tuck the tailbone under. Keeping all those movements, create circles with your lumbar spine. Breath on one side. So it's a bit harder than usual. On one side. And on the other side. Okay, now put your knees as wide as the mat and put your hands down on the ground, not too far from the knees. Inhale. With the exhalation, roll your hips backward, push your spine back and look at your belly. Inhale, arch your spine. Exhale, look at your belly. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look at your belly. Inhale, look up. And one more time, exhale, look at your belly. Inhale, look up. Okay, put your left hand in the middle of the mat. Move the left shoulder to the right. Roll the right arm outward and keep the arm parallel to the ground. Push the hand back, lift the sternum and shoulder blades down. Move the right shoulder to the left and look behind you. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, come back to center and change hand. So put your right hand down on the ground. Move the right shoulder to the left. Roll the left arm outward and keep it parallel to the ground. Push the left shoulder to the right, sorry, and look back. 3 breaths. Keep the sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. And back to center. Okay. Tabletop position. Keep your hands right under the shoulders, knees right under the hips. And create circles with your hips and lumbar spine, both on one side and on the other side. Now, keeping your buttocks right above the knees, tag the tailbone under, belly in, Keeping the belly in, walk forward with your hands to lower your chest. Push the chest down, keep the arms straight and active, but push the lumbar spine up to focus the opening on the upper part of the chest. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, walk back with your hands. And now put your elbows down, right under the shoulders, but a little bit closer to each other. Interlace your hands. Now, walk gently forward with your knees. Keep the knees as wide as the hips. Tuck your toes under. Inhale deeply. And pushing the elbows down, lift your buttocks up. Push your chest toward the toes, 3 breaths. And down. Inhale. With the exhalation, push with your elbows against the ground, lift your buttocks and push the chest toward the toes. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd, knees down. Inhale. And again, push with the elbows against the ground, lift your buttocks, 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd, knees down. Tabletop position again. Put your left hand right under the face. Push the left shoulder to the right. Roll the right arm inward. Bend your elbows and slide the hand on your back in order to, if you can, slide the hand inside your thighs. Otherwise, grab the fabric of your pant. While in this position, push with your left hand against the ground and use the grip on your right hand to move the right shoulder to the left. 3 breaths. Look up. At the end of the 3rd, change sides. So put your right hand down on the ground, under your face. Roll the left arm inward, slide the hand to the right, and either slide the hand inside your thighs or grab the fabric of your pant. Once that you have a grip, push the right shoulder to the left and use the left hand to help you push the left shoulder to the right. Look back and look up. 3 breaths. And come back. Okay, seat on your heels. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down, belly in. Roll the arms outward and push the thumbs back. Open your chest. Imagine that you want to touch with your fingers the ground behind your toes. Take the tailbone under, 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, activate your abdominal muscles and lean back until you touch with the hands the ground. 3 breaths. Still pushing the chest forward. At the end of the third breath, activate your abdominal muscles again and lift your body up. Okay. Now, interlace the hands behind your sacrum. And keeping as much as you can, the palm of the hand facing each other and actually in touch, in contact with each other. Straighten your arms. And move the hands away from your sacrum. 3 breaths. Breathe on your chest. Now, lift your buttocks up, using as much as you can your thighs, so don't lean too much forward. Now, tuck the shoulder under, belly in, keep the hands away from the sacrum, and keeping your body straight, so from the knees to the head on a straight line. Bend your knees a little bit more to lean back. 3 breaths. And come back up. Okay, release the arms and sit on your heels again. Okay. Move the shoulders gently. Both on one side and on the other side. Okay, now, keeping your hands on the thighs, roll the upper arm outward, push the chest forward, and imagine that you want to touch the 2 elbows together. It's impossible since you have your hands on your thighs, but the idea is that, so keep the shoulders down, keep the chest forward, and the elbows going closer and closer to each other. 3 breaths. Breathe on your belly, breathe on your chest. And release. Tabletop position on the elbows again. Create circles with your lumbar spine. Really long movements, longer than usual. Turn also on the other side. Now, walk gently back with your knees. Tuck your toes under. Inhale deeply. And with the exhalation, lift your buttocks and push the chest over the toes. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, put your knees down again. And walk forward with your knees. Okay. Again, inhale. With the exhalation, push with your elbows against the ground, lift your buttocks and push the chest over the toes. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, knees down. And again, keep on walking forward. Tuck your toes under, inhale. And with the exhalation, lift your buttocks and push the chest over the toes. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, get down with your knees. Like that. And walk even forward, even more, almost touching knees and elbows together. Push with the elbows against the ground. Lift your buttocks and push the chest over the toes. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, go down. Tabletop position, normal tabletop position. Create circles with your lumbar spine, both on one side and on the other side. Now, walk gently back with your knees, feet as wide as the mat, tuck your toes under, inhale deeply, and with exhalation, enter Adho Mukha Svanasana. Push the chest over the toes. Roll the legs inward and roll the hips forward. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, walk back with your hands. Put your hands on your waist, and without bending the knees, lift your torso up. Okay. In the middle of the mat. Now, the idea is to enter Tadasana, simple Tadasana. But I want you to lift your toes and keep it lifted. Lift the sternum, shoulder blades down, belly in. Roll the arms outward. Move really gently. Move the hands back. Open your chest, but keep the shoulders down. Breathe on your torso. Breathe on your chest. And now close your eyes. And observe the stability of your body. Your body moves, and then this is completely normal. But observe if the weight is more on the ball of the feet or on the heels, on the inner feet or outer feet. Just become aware of those movements. Keep your toes lifted. And observe that keeping the toes lifted allow you to activate the muscles on your shins. And also the ankle is active. The muscles around the ankle are working. Just by lifting your toes. Now, still with your eyes closed, spread your toes and allow the toes to touch the ground. Keep it spread. And observe how the stability changed. Observe the different muscles of your body working. Still with your eyes closed, lift your arms up at 45 degrees. 3 breaths. Observe your shoulders, your arms. Observe your chest, your neck. And at the end of the third, allow the arms to move down again. And relax completely your arms. Bring your attention on your third eye, on the space between your eyebrows slightly higher. And observe if you can feel something. From there, move to the base of the throat. And even there, become a witness, observe. From the base of the throat, move to your heart. And feel. Bring your attention there. Don't allow your mind to move your attention. Keep it there. From your heart, move lower to the third chakra, between the lower sternum and the navel, upper belly. Observe if there's any feelings there. From your third chakra, move gently lower than your navel. Observe. Observe if there's any tension. From there, move at the base of the spine. Go around the pelvic floor and just observe. Observe if there's any feelings, any emotions, any tensions. Just become aware of your body. Observe your hands. Are your hands warm, cold, tingling? Observe your feet. And imagine that you have two roots going down deep into the earth, giving you stability, grounding, force. And really gently open your eyes. Legs wide. Wider than usual. And now move your heels even wider. So your feet is pointing toward the middle of the mat. Okay. Hands on the waist. Keep your legs active. We've already done this movement in other asanas. Imagine that you want to bend your knees, and in the same time, you want to straighten your knees. So I want you to activate both the front part of your legs and the back of your legs. So the legs will be really stiff, active. Keep the sternum lifted, shoulder blades down, hands on the waist, legs active. Roll your hips forward. And stop with the chest parallel to the ground. Stop there. 3 breaths. Keep your legs active. At the end of the 3rd breath, roll your hips forward and go to your maximum. When you reach your maximum with your spine straight, allow the spine to unwind and relax your arms, shoulders, hands, spine, but keep the legs active. Close your eyes and relax. Allow your legs to work, to go deeper and deeper in this position. But even if this is quite hard to do, relax your belly. Legs active, belly relaxed. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, bend your knees. Put your hands around your ankles. And really slowly straighten your legs again. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. Shoulder blades over the waist. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, put your hands on the waist. Bend your knees and come up. Okay. Turn your legs to the other side. So turn your legs outward. So the feet are pointing outward now. Keep your feet really wide, wider than usual. Okay. Now, tuck the tailbone under and bend your knees. Push the outer knee to the outer hips. And push from the groin toward the feet. Stay there. Belly in. And come back up. Okay. Now, turn your left leg inward. So the left feet is roughly at 45 degrees. Turn your right leg outward to have the right feet pointing to the right. Okay. Arms straight and parallel to the ground. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. Allow the right side of the hips to drop down and go down with the torso as much as you can. When you reach your maximum, allow the right hand to move inside the right leg and push with the back of the hand against the leg to twist your torso up. Lift your right arm, your left arm up, and move the 2 shoulders gently back. Three breaths. Legs straight and active. At the end of the third breath, bend your right knee and put your right elbow right over the right knee. Put your left hand on the outside of your left thigh. Lift the sternum and push the left shoulder back. Sternum lifted. More. Okay. Move the hips gently down. All right, good. Awesome. And stay there. Push with the outer left feet into the ground to stress the outer side of your shin. Stay there. Now, without moving your feet, without moving your legs, but just moving the hips and the torso, lift your torso up. Move the right side of the hips up and left side of the hips down. Yes, exactly. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down, straighten your arms to the side. Roll the arms outward and bend gently your elbows just to find a softer pose. Push with the big toes, the right big toes down. But roll the right leg outward. So your right knee will move gently back. Now, look at the palm of the right hand and stay there, 3 breaths. At the end of the third, allow the arms to move down and straighten your leg. Turn to the other side. So left feet pointing to the left, right feet at 45 degrees, roughly. Belly in, sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. Straighten your arms to the side. Allow the left side of the hips to drop down and move the torso to the left. When you reach your maximum, allow the left hand to move inside of your left leg and push with the left hand against the leg to twist your torso up. Lift the right arm up. Keep the 2 legs active. And move the 2 shoulders back. Stay there, 3 breaths. At the end of the third breath, bend your left knee and put your left elbow over the left knee. Put your right hand down on the outside of your right thigh. Lift the sternum, shoulder blades down, and you can check on your video to have a straight line. You have it, so it's beautiful. But since you're on Zoom, you can check yourself too. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. Stay there. Push with the outer right feet into the ground to stretch the outer side of your shin. Now, without moving the feet and the leg, allow the hip to tilt back, tilt to the right actually, and lift your torso up. Lift the left side of your hip and drop down the right side of the hip to keep the torso vertical over the hips. Straighten your arms to the side, belly in, sternum lifted. Roll the arms outward and find a more gentle position of the arm. Good. Look at your left palm. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, allow the arms to drop down and gently straighten your left leg. Tadasana. And just close your eyes and observe. Observe how you feel. Observe the small feelings, the small emotions, just for a brief moment. Now spread your, put your feet gently wider than your hips. Lift your toes and spread your toes. Put your toes down onto the ground. Keep it spread. Bend your knees gently and create circles with your hips and lumbar spine. Try not to move your shoulders and hands and head. So focus the movement just on hips and lumbar spine. Turn also on the other side. Okay, now straighten your legs. Interlace the hands behind your sacrum. Keep the palm of the hand as much as you can in contact. Straighten your arms. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades in, belly in. Move the hands away from the buttocks. Deep breaths. Breathe on your chest. And release. Okay, now Tadasana again. Lean on your left leg. Lift the right leg. Open the right knee to the side and put your right feet in contact with the left leg. Watch. Keep the left knee gently bent. It's really a small bend. It's simply there in order to be more reactive, to find your balance. Keep the belly in and the sternum lifted. Allow the arms to relax completely. Stay there. Keep your drishti. And stay there. While keeping your drishti, bring your attention on your third eye. Between your eyebrows, slightly higher. And observe if there's anything happening there. Keep your drishti. Now lift your arms up, 45 degrees up. And keep on observing if there's anything on your third eye. That's hard. Now put your hands in prayer position, aligned with the top of the head, but keep some space between the head and the arms. And keep on observing your third eye. The last moments. And gently come back into Tadasana. Lean on your right leg. Lift the left leg. Open the left leg to the side and put your left feet in contact with the right leg. Keep the right knee gently bent. Relax completely your arms. Belly in, sternum lifted. Keep your drishti. And observe. Bring your attention on your third eye. And just observe. You may feel something, or may not. Maybe it's not for today. And it's not a problem. Stay there. Really gently. Bring your arms up. Back leg 45 degrees. Stay there. Really gently. Put your hands in prayer position, along with the top of the head, but keep some space between your arms and your head. Stay there. From observing. Last moments. And gently come back to Tadasana. Close your eyes. And observe. Observe your chest, the heart, observe your throat, base of the throat, and observe your third eye. Open the eyes. And look on the front of the mat. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down, belly in. Roll your hips forward. Keep your legs straight. And allow the arms to move down toward the ground. Bend your knees. Put your hands firmly on the ground and walk back with your feet in order to enter the plank pose. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, put your knees down. Roll your arms outward to have the inner part of the elbows facing forward. Bend your elbows, but keep the elbows really close to the chest and slowly go down. Good. Now, put your feet completely down, completely relaxed, the legs completely relaxed. Yeah. And move your hands around the lower part of your rib cage. Good. Now, bring the 2 elbows closer as much as you can. And put your elbows, and move your elbows toward the buttocks. Keeping those 2 movements, so elbows closer and toward the buttocks, lift your head and shoulders. Look in front of you, 3 breaths. Activate your lumbar spine muscles. And now allow your shoulders, arms, and head to move down, completely relaxed on the side of the body. Close your eyes, 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd, put your hands again in the same position, so on the lower chest. Bring the 2 elbows closer and move it toward the buttocks. Lift your head and shoulders. 3 breaths. Activate your lumbar spine. Lumbar spine muscles. At the end of the 3rd breath, lift your legs. Keep it straight. At the end of the third, lift your hands, keeping the elbows closer to each other and moving the elbows closer to the buttocks. 3 breaths. And go down, relax, 3 breaths. At the end of the third, put your hands again next to the lower rib cage. Elbows closer and move the elbows toward the buttocks. Lift the head, lift the shoulders, activate the lumbar spine muscles. Lift the hand straight away and lift the leg. 3 breaths. At the end of the third breath, roll the arms outward, palm of the hand facing out, and move the hands or the feet. 3 breaths. Keep the buttocks relaxed as much as you can. At the end of the third, bend your knees and stay there. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, put your legs down, put your hands down, push with the hands against the ground and move in child pose. Find the version that is more comfortable for you in this moment. We worked on the lumbar spine muscles, so allow this movement, this position, to lengthen your lumbar spine. Stay there, relax, let go. Breathe on your belly now. And observe that when you breathe on your belly, you allow your lumbar spine to lengthen. Three more breaths. At the end of the third breath, lift your torso up. Now, put this part of your hand at the top part of your nose. Wow, I'm going to move closer so you're going to see better. So I want you to put this part of your hand in here, like that. And then with the middle finger, you're going to touch a specific point. I want you to feel this point, because this point is the really top of your head. And this point is where you have to have a bit of pressure, but just a small bit of pressure. Imagine that you want to feel here the weight of a coin, no more than that. So why we did this? We did this simply because we're going to do a position where you will have the top of the head, so the point where you just put your middle finger on the ground. You're going to grab the outer side of your feet and you're going to push the buttocks forward to round your spine. The problem of this position is when you push your buttocks forward, you're going to add pressure on the top of the head. To counteract this, I want you to push with your feet back And if you push enough, you're gonna feel that the pressure on the top of the head will be lighter and lighter. So keep the pressure really, really light on the top of the head. So put the top of the head, not the front, but really the top of the head onto the ground, tuck your toes under, grab the outer side of your feet and start pushing the buttocks forward. Round your spine, but push your feet back in order to lighten the weight on the top of the head. I want you to feel the stretch around the shoulder blades. Stay there for 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd, relax again in child pose. Three breaths. At the end of the 3rd, take already everything you need to enter Savasana. We're just going to do something before Savasana, but you can already wear everything you need to be comfy. Now, keep your knees bent. Roll the arms outward, put the palm of the hand facing up. Inhale deeply, and just with the exhalation, push the lumbar spine and the back of the neck toward the ground. To help you with this, with the movement of the lumbar spine toward the ground, you can also use your legs to push against the ground in order to roll the hips backward and keep the lumbar spine down. For the neck, you don't need to touch the ground, but keep the direction toward the ground to lengthen the neck. Inhale deeply. With the exhalation, lumbar spine and neck toward the ground. Inhale, release. With the exhalation, lumbar spine and neck toward the ground. One more time, inhale. With the exhalation, lumbar spine and neck toward the ground. Imagine that you want to do it double chin. Okay, now add this to this movement, also moving the hands toward the feet. So you want to slide the arms toward the feet to move the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale. With exhalation, lumbar spine and neck toward the ground, hands toward the feet. Inhale, release. Exhale. Lumbar spine and neck toward the ground, hands toward the feet. And one more time. Okay. Now we're going to do it 3 more times. And just for the 3rd breath, I want you to push at the end of the exhalation. I want you to push the back of the head against the ground and just observe how the muscles around the neck and shoulders work in a different way. So inhale deeply. With the exhalation, push the lumbar spine and neck toward the ground and push the hands toward the feet. Inhale, release. Exhale, push. Inhale, release. Exhale, lumbar spine and neck toward the ground, hands toward the feet. And at the end of the exhalation, push with the back of the head against the ground. Release. Turn your head to the right. Now, put your left hand over your left cheeks and push really gently. But now, I want you to push with the face against the hand, like you want to put your feet again in the neutral pose. So the hands is pushing down, the cheeks is pushing up. Release. Come back to center. Turn to the left. Stay there. Now put your right hand on your right cheeks and push gently, really gently. And now counteract this movement by turning your head to the right, gently. All the movements in here are really gentle. Release. And come back to center. Turn your head to the right again. Put your left hand on your cheeks again. Gently push. And gently twist your head to the left again, like you want to come back to center. Now, without relieving the pressure from the cheeks, relax your neck and allow the head to twist to the right again. Now release the pressure on the cheeks and come back to center. Turn to the left. Gently push with your right hand against the cheek. Counteract this movement with the head. So twist the head to the right, gently. And now allow the head to twist to the left, deeply. And release the pressure from the hand. Come back to center. Now move the right ear closer to the right shoulder. Keep your face pointing up to, looking up at the sky. Stay there. And now, move the left ear to the left shoulder. Stay there. Come back to center. Move the back of the head away from the shoulders. And now you can enter Savasana. At the end of Savasana, I'm going to chant the mantra. And at the end of the mantra, I'm going to guide you out of the pose. Till that moment, just relax. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtin Vadanam Udvarukamiva Bandhanam Mrityor Mukshiyamamrita Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtin Vadanam Udvarukamiva Bandhanam Mrityor Mukshiyamamrita Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtin Vadanam Udvarukamiva Bandhanam Mrityor Mukshiyamamrita. Slowly start moving your toes and fingers. Bring back the awareness into your body. Inhale deeply and exhale fully with your mouth. Release all tensions. One more time. Gently stretch your body. Bend your knees and roll on your right side. Stay on your right side for a brief moment before moving to a comfortable seated position. Your spine straight, yet relaxed. Eyes closed, hands in Inana Mudra, Uchan Mudra. Inhale deeply. Put your hands in prayer position in front of the chest. Open your eyes. Namaste.